And now, Suspense. Your host is Autolite, world's largest independent manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment. In 28 plants from coast to coast, Autolite makes over 400 products, including dependable Autolite stay-full batteries, horns, electric windshield wipers, relays, ignition coils, spark plug wire, and battery cable. Autolite also makes starting motors, distributors, generators, instruments and gauges, and a complete line of ignition-engineered standard and resistor-type spark plugs. Yes, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now, Autolite and its 96,000 dealers everywhere present Suspense.
Chief, this is Winters.
Who?
Winters, Postal Inspector Winters.
Winters, where have you been? Headquarters has been going crazy trying to find you these past 2 months.
Chief, there's no time for explanations now. This case is all wrapped up. It's going to bust wide open in an hour.
Well, where are you? I'll send some men.
Chief, I don't want any men. I've got to play it alone. That's why I haven't contacted you for 2 months.
Oh, Winters...
Now, Chief, don't spoil it for me. They're lifting some bonds from the post office tonight. A guy named Andrews is dropping them out of a window to me.
Winters, you're going to need help.
When I do, I'll shout. Meanwhile, you just sit tight at headquarters till I call. I'll have the case all wrapped up in an hour. It's 8:05 now.
You rat. You mangy rat. Roger, Cruz. Cruz, honest I didn't. Where did you ditch those bonds?
But I didn't ditch him. I was held up, I tell you. Somebody cracked me on the head.
Serves me right for taking you on. Con man from Frisco. Frisco. You've probably never been closer to Frisco than Hoboken. And listen, Winters, if you think you just invented a new double cross called Frisco Payoff, you lose, see? Cruz. Cruz. Now listen to me, will you? All right, I'll listen to you. We'll all listen. Me and the boys. All right, Winters. I'm listening. Cruz. Now, if I crossed you, would I come back here? Yeah, sure you would. You're smart for that. But, Cruz... You knew if you didn't come back here, we'd find you and rub you out before you could blow your nose. So you give us that routine about a hijack, figuring what's a bump on the head if it brings you 120 grand. I'd bump my head for that much, too. But I didn't. I tell you, it was somebody in that alley. Sure.
Cruz, how could I have ditched the bonds? I didn't have time.
You had plenty of time. Ask the boys. Andrews.
Yeah?
How did your end work out?
Well, just before the post office closed, I left my window. The bonds were in a big envelope in the registered mail rack. Nobody was looking. I picked it up, took it to the washroom, opened the window, and like we planned, I dropped it out. You'll find out. I shouldn't have done it.
What time was it when you dropped the stuff?
5 minutes to 8.
Furlough, did you do what I told you?
Sure thing. I was waiting in the car at the end of the alley.
What time was it when Winters showed up at the car?
8 o'clock sharp.
5 minutes to walk 100 yards. You had time. But as I was out cold. Andrews, you must have seen someone when you dropped the bonds out of the window.
Well?
Now, didn't you, Andrews? Didn't you, Andrews? Yeah. You see, Cruz, what did I tell you? Who was it you saw, Andrews?
I saw someone running down the alley.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you, Andrews?
Too late to lie. I gave up a lifetime of honest work in the post office to get in on this deal. Lying wouldn't help me now.
Who did you see?
It was pretty dark. I couldn't be sure.
Who else could it be but Winters? Nobody else knew about the job outside this room.
Never mind, Jake. Maybe Andrews saw something he ain't telling us yet.
He didn't say nothing. And the only thing I want to see are those bonds you got me all steamed up about. I break my neck getting things set up to fence them and somebody rats on us.
Could be the rat we're looking for. It's right here in this room, even if it ain't Winters. Who is it, Andrews?
It was pretty dark.
Winters. I'll make a deal with you. I'll give you 2 hours to get those bonds. But where? Yes, where? That's your funeral. You get me the bonds of the guy that pinched them, or else. Frollo?
Yeah.
Go with him. Now, Cruz. Cruz. How about my gun? Don't worry, I'll take care of your gun. I got it nice and cozy for you. I can't go after those bonds without a gun. Oh, you got Frollo. He's got a gun. Show him your gun, Frollo.
Come on, Mug. You and me's going steady from now on.
And Frollo.
Yeah.
If he makes one false move, kill him.
Real dead, boss. Come on.
All right. The rest of you clear out. Come back at midnight. That's when we'll be paying off in cash or in lead.
Look, Winters, it's not my funeral, but if it was my skin, I'd get those bonds back there in a hurry. You got about an hour. Get those bonds back by then, or you ain't ever coming back.
Frollo, look.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I can get those bonds. I know where they are.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go get them.
Now, there's just one thing. I've got to get them alone.
Oh, no, you don't. Cruz said I was to stick with you all the time.
But Frollo, I promise you.
Yeah, I've heard that one before, too. Oh, no. Where you go, Frollo goes. Did you say you know where those bonds are?
Yeah.
Where?
I hit him.
Where?
In the alley behind the post office.
Then let's go get them. And they better be there, too.
Now, look, I'm going to tell you exactly how it happened. Now, you remember, you waited for me in the car up the street there.
Yeah?
And then I went into the alley and walked back this way.
That's right.
And I came to about here. See, Ferrella? That's the back window of the post office.
Where Andrews dropped the bonds to you?
Yeah, they're probably searching the joint right now for those missing bonds. I heard the window open. Looked up. And I hit him over there. Behind the ash can.
Wait a minute.
I want to see Winters.
He ain't in.
I gotta see him.
Sure, but he ain't in. I don't expect him before late. Why don't you take a seat?
I can't wait. I gotta get going.
Okay. Oh, hello, Mr. Wilder.
Look. You want to give him a message for me?
Sure.
Tell him Andrews wants to see him.
Andrews.
Yes. Tell him it's urgent. About the guy in the alley tonight.
The guy in the alley. Okay.
Yeah. Tell him I know who the guy in the alley was. Tell him I saw him when I leaned out the window. Now, he'll understand. If he comes back, tell him to wait in his room. I'll call him. I'll call every 5 minutes just in case he comes in. I got something awfully important to tell him. Now, you won't forget, will you?
Okay, I'll tell him if he comes in.
Look, friend.
Yeah?
You got a back way out of here?
Sure. Come on. I'll show you.
Yes?
Winters? Is that you, Winters?
Who's this?
This is Andrews. Where's Winters?
I'm here, Andrews. What is it?
I'm the cigar store across the street. I gotta see you. Can I come up?
What for?
Did the night man give you my message?
No. What message?
About who it was cumped you in the alley tonight. Look, Winters, I saw the whole thing.
Andrews! Andrews, who was it? Andrews! Who was it? Andrews! Give me Plaza 71469.
Post office investigation.
This is Postal Inspector Winters.
Winters, yes.
Now get a message to the Chief Inspector right away.
Go ahead, shoot.
Tell him I think I know where the bonds are. I didn't have time to make a switch the way I planned. But I'm going back now with the phony ones. I'm going to try to get the real ones. Now, I'm going to need some men.
How many men?
One of the gang was just bumped off. There are 3 others. The guy who got the bonds is probably the guy who killed Andrews. Now, I got to have some men right away. You'll find us all. I'll call you later.
Good evening. This is Rex Marshall for Autolite. Our suspense story tonight is entitled Frisco Payoff, and we'll get back to it and see the second act in just a moment. You know, the other night at my house, the electric dishwasher broke down, so you can imagine who became the substitute dishwasher. While I was getting dishpan hands, I started thinking, though, about the fact that even though everyone realizes how dependent we are upon electricity in the house, it's amazing how few people think about the importance of electricity in their automobiles. Well, you know, it is very important there, too. And if you'll just take a close look at this, I'll show you what I mean. You see, when you turn on the ignition switch, when you press the starter button, when you light your lights, sound your horn, play your radio, use your electric windshield wiper or heater, even when you light a cigarette like this young lady's doing right here, you're using electricity produced and stored right in your car by an intricate and precision-made series of electrical units known as the electrical system. Now, Autolite designs and builds complete electrical systems used on many of America's finest cars, with all units and their component parts related like a team by Autolite engineering design and manufacturing skill to give you the smoothest performance money can buy. Now, to start your car, you have the Autolite starting motor. And there's the Autolite battery to power that starting motor. To supply all the electricity your running car needs, here's the Autolite generator, the electrical powerhouse of your automobile. And this is the Autolite generator regulator. Here's the Autolite ignition coil, which provides ignition throughout the speed range of your engine. And this is the Autolite distributor, which distributes this high voltage current from the ignition coil to the Autolite spark plugs. Now, it's the balance and coordination of these Autolite units operating as a family team that assures smooth, efficient, and economical operation of your car. So you'll find it pays to treat the important electrical system of your car to a periodic checkup at the car dealer who sells your make of automobile or at your nearest authorized Autolite service station. You can quickly locate the authorized Autolite service station nearest you by looking under the heading Automobile Electrical Service in the classified section of your telephone directory. Or you can call Western Union by number and ask for operator 25, and she'll tell you quickly and without obligation the location of the authorized Autolite service station nearest you. So remember now that it really pays to insist on Autolite original factory parts for your Autolite-equipped car, because from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now, the second act of Frisco Payoff, starring Anthony Ross and Paul Langton.
Oh, hello, Miss Finney. Hey, Miss Finney. Don't you feel well? Huh? Why don't you stick around and chew the fat?
I can't, Tom. If you had seen what I seen.
Say, what's a four-letter word for apoplexy?
That's me. I had apoplexy when I seen this guy.
Seen what guy? So why you worked up in such a sweat? Huh? You look like you killed somebody. Or maybe you saw somebody killed,
That's
huh?
it. I did. I was across the street having a cup of coffee, and this guy came out.
Now take it easy, Ferrolo. But before you shoot, I want to talk.
You talk too much.
Andrews just called me.
Yeah?
Now look, Ferrolo. If you want the bonds, put up the rod.
The heater stays. Now, careful, bum.
You call it a heater? It ain't hot.
You got the bonds? Sure. No tricks.
There they are. $120,000 worth of them. All negotiable. Don't break the seal. I want Cruz to get them as is.
Sure.
I'll put up the heater, Ferrolo.
We're in the clear now, ain't we?
Sure.
Come on, let's get back to Cruz. It's almost time.
Hold it.
But we'll be late.
What was the big idea conking me back there in the alley?
Say, I'm sorry about that, Ferrolo. Really, I am.
Sure.
I had to play a lone hand to get the bonds back. I only wanted you out of the way for a little while.
You're pretty good at explanations tonight, ain't you?
But I had to. It's true.
Okay. Come on, let's get going. Who was you talking to on the telephone when I came in?
A friend. A girlfriend. I had a date. I canceled it.
Okay. Let's get going.
I'm telling you, when I saw him all dripping and drooping like a bleeding flower.
No, Miss Finney, don't be so upset. Come on, I'll take you to the elevator. Hello, Mr. Winters. Say, Mr. Winters, there was a guy in here looking for you tonight.
Who was it?
I don't know, he left a funny kind of a message.
What did he say?
Well, it's something about he knew who the guy was that was in the alley. He said he'd call you about 8 o'clock. His name was, Andrews.
Come on, Ferrolo, let's get back to Cruz.
They're late. I got guys waiting to cash those bonds, and they're late. There ain't no way to do business.
I'll be here, Jake. Just leave it to Ferrolo.
Where's Andrews? What happened to him? My reputation ain't worth a nickel. Not a nickel.
Take it easy, will you, Jake? They'll be here. Let them in, Jake.
Pleasure.
Welcome home, boys.
We got the bonds, boss.
You have? Good.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Don't worry, I got them.
Let me see him.
120 grand. Take it easy.
Hey, where's Andrews?
Jake was just asking me the same question. He'll be here if he wants his cut.
The only cut Andrews is going to get from here on in is 6 feet long and 6 feet deep.
What do you mean?
Andrews is dead. Somebody bumped him off just a little while ago.
Yeah, the little cigar store around the corner while he was making a phone call.
Oh, what's the difference? It just means we each get a bigger cut, that's all.
There's a big difference, because by now every dick in town will know who did it.
How do they know? Who told him?
Winters, he's a post office dick.
Put up your hands.
Jake, don't shoot, Winters. I'm just trying to make an honest buck. I'm a middleman.
You'll be the middleman in the cemetery if you don't do as I tell you.
Sure.
Go on, get the bonds. All right, now burn them.
Burn 'em. The bonds?
Winters, you're crazy.
Burn them, I said. We're going to have a party.
Winters, that's 120 grand.
Get your fingers burnt, Jake. Just drop it in the ashtray.
Tell him to put it out, Winters. There's still time.
What do you say, Cruz?
Let him burn. That way nobody will get him.
Put it out, Jake.
You heard him. Put it out. Put it out.
All right, now open it.
Who the fake? For all fake.
Let's see. Real Frisco Payoff.
We won't get away with this one.
You're only hoping, Cruz. All right, copper, here's the final installment on the Frisco payoff. Let him have it, Jake.
I want those bonds, Winters.
What does he ask, Cruz? Cruz, don't listen to him. It's just another one of his deals.
He was the only one didn't care when you started to burn that envelope. He must have known they were fakes.
Yeah.
Come on, Jake. Play me some music on the piano.
Yes, baby.
Go on, hit a note. You hear this? That's the way it sounds when you lay a piece of paper across the strings inside.
That piano's been that way for years.
Willing to bet it hasn't. I'm willing to bet that's where the missing bonds are. Go on, Jake. See if my hunch is right. All right. You shouldn't be so impatient, Cruz. The first time you slapped me, you knocked me against that keyboard. I heard that same sound, but I didn't pay any attention to it then.
And you were the one who was talking about a Frisco payoff.
That's why he killed Andrews.
I didn't kill him. Ferrolo did.
Couldn't have been Ferrolo. He came into my room right after Andrews was shot. I felt his gun. It was cold.
And I didn't carry a gun.
Which left Cruz.
Phone operator said something was wrong. I guess she was right.
All right, Cruz. When we get down to the station, we'll sit down and count these bonds. We'll have a real good time paying off. Only this time it'll be on the level. It'll be a San Francisco payoff. Go on, get going.
And so we come to the end of another story of suspense, tonight entitled Frisco Payoff, starring Anthony Ross and Paul Langton. We have a fine story for you next week, and in just a moment I'll tell you the title. But first, I'd like to remind you drivers that you can be sure of getting Autolite original factory parts at your nearest authorized Autolite service station. Now, you'll find his name listed in the classified section of your telephone directory under the heading Automobile Electrical Service. Or you can get it very easily just by picking up your telephone, calling Western Union by number, and asking for Operator 25. She'll tell you quickly and without obligation the name and location of your nearest authorized Autolite service station. You can also be sure of getting Autolite original factory parts at the dealer who sells your make of car, and further, at the garage or repair shop displaying this sign. So remember, it really pays to insist on Autolite original factory parts for your Autolite equipped car, because from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. Mickey by Kenneth Fearing. Another story well calculated to keep you in suspense.
This is the CBS Television Network.